Hello, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, you are seeing me live from the land of Ika. Dikunusuwema, or rather, as you all know, my name remains Oyenwamado Kainebi. And Oyenwamado Kainebi is from Akomazi Omoacha, and Akomazi Omoacha is located in the Northeast local government area of Delta State. Today we are going to be discussing briefly with our chief. As you are seeing, I will allow him to introduce himself, but I want you to give us your attention for what we are about to discuss here. It's so important that you'll be so glad that you bumped into this program. I'm a publisher of Igbo TV, and at the same time, I'm one of the movers of Unify Igbo now that you guys are seeing that is trending. Now we are in a Kalan Abo. We are with a chief, a renowned chief, a honorable member. When I say member, I would say he's a state, other statesman in a Kalan at the same time in a Igbanke land. Sir, may you tell us whom you are?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, I am Ambassador Chief Jude Ogbekile JP. I am the Chief Esama of Omolua Igbanke Kingdom, and I'm the Chief Omekoku of Otolopo, Delta State. I am a peacemaker, ambassador of peace with the International Association of World Peace Advocates, the United Nations Peace Volunteers. I'm also a Justice of Peace, JP. By the grace of God, I am from Ake, Igbanke, Orion local government of Edo State. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. I don't just want to go any other place than there is your last statement. You say you are from Ake.
Igbanke.
Can you tell us more about the Igbanke? Can you tell us more about the Igbanke people?
Thank you very much.
You are welcome, sir.
The Igbanke people is from Ika ethnic nationality. Igbanke people is made up of 6 autonomous clans. You can also call them communities. They are very big communities of its own. They have kings of each of these clans.
Yes.
They have their chiefs, they have their kings, they have their elders in council, they have their president generals. Also, they have their youth wings. So they decide for themselves. We are Ika people. We speak Ika. We are not Benins. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, sir. There is something I actually want to get here. We bumped into a video about a man that described himself as an elder. Elder Robert Chukwuemeke Acha. He said he's from Igbanke. And there's a lot of things he made on that video that the Igbanke are not Ika, that the Igbanke is Benin. He said a whole lot of things. And I am here, you as a chief. You are not just a chief, but you are a full blooded son of Igbanke. And without being told, I believe your contribution in the land of Ake earn you this chieftaincy title, not just money, but your contribution in seeing the welfare, the wellness, and the, what is it called, success of that land actually earn you the title that we see you are wearing today. Now, I know you might have come across that video. I want you to react to that.
Thank you very much. Yes, we saw the video trending from the son of the soil, Mr. Robert Chukwuemeke Acha. I am calling on the general public, most especially Igbanke indigenes, to please disregard that falsehood, lies, and misleading information from our brother, Mr. Chukwuemeke. First, you said you are not Ika, you are Benin. You were given birth by your parents over 60 years ago, and they named you Chukwuemeke. Chukwuemeke is not Benin name. Your parents were not timid to have named you a name that is not Benin name, giving you a name that is not Benin name. Myself, my father lived over 100 years before he left this earth. Growing up, I have never seen my father speak or communicate with anybody in Benin language. What we speak is a Ka language, and we are a Ka people. We are not Benins. We are located in Orionwo local government in Edo State, but that does not make us to be Benin. In Edo State, there are so many tribes. We have the Benis, we have the Esans, we have the Esakos, we have the Ekas, we have the Igaras. A lot of tribes are in Edo State. So you can't say because we are living in Edo State, that means it's yardstick for us to be called Benin people. It is falsehood that has never been in existence. This is someone that is trying to redefine the history of the good people of Igbanke, and we have come to reject it. We have come to disclaim that false information. Thank you.
Chief, I want to ask again. You know, we all know, we have heard or read in a newspaper, we have browsed on what is it, web, how what is it called? The former head of this, how he took Igbanke to be part of Edo State, because we know for sure that if we are to follow values according to what the people are known with, that the cash should be, Igbanke should be with the cash, because without doubt, you see that the geographical location, the closeness, the language, the value system, the tradition, there is no difference from them and the people of Ika. Now, there is something I want you to tell me. Since Igbanke have been taken into that geographical location that is called Edo State, how has that land been faring? You know, living with those who doesn't share the same value with them. How has Igbanke been feeling, or how has things been going with Igbanke? We'll talk about the government presence, we'll talk about infrastructural development, we'll talk about the culture and some other things. What are the things that you guys are finding so good within that end, and the things you guys are not finding so good within that end?
Thank you very much for that question. That is a very deep question, and I want you to give me
I'm giving you all the time
to elaborate on this very question. First of all, let us trace back before 1990, when Edo and Delta was not in existence. We have Bendel State. Then there was nothing like Edo State or Delta State. It was between 1991 92 when they created Delta and Edo that they put Igbanke into Edo State. Being in Edo State should not deprive us of who we are. I wouldn't come here to blame our brother, late Ogbemudia, Samuel Ogbemudia. I wouldn't come here to blame him. We are Igbanke people, we are Ika people. We have so much respect for our elders. That is why I will not come here to use some languages that is not proper. Yes, the deed has been done. I can tell you that Igbanke people has never felt well living in Edo State. Being in Edo State.
Being in Edo State.
Yes. We have been marginalized so much. If you check the boundary of Igbanke, Igbanke is bigger than a local government. Igbanke shares boundary with the Asians at the north.
Okay.
We share boundary with Agbo, Alishimie at the south.
Okay.
We share boundary with Ogada, that is Yohimo River, at the west. And at the east, we share boundary with Mbili. Anioma. If you check this, the distance covers,
it should be a local government
of its own. But do you know what? We have just two political words.
And that is
in Igbanke, to subject Igbanke to abject poverty. No presence of government in Igbanke. Nothing, no development. The only development you see in Igbanke are just individual efforts. Like the Igbanke General Union, president generals from different clans, you know, doing their best in
To
one
see
way
that-
to, you know, to bring some more development. But this is not enough. They can't do it alone. We need the president of government. And that is why we are agitating to be in the proposed Anioma state, if it comes into a reality.
Okay.
Because Edo State has never treated us well. They have never welcomed us as their own. Do you know why? In Edo State, when you go to Edo State today, Benin, they call us Oweka.
Okay.
Do you know what that means? It means Eka people.
Yes.
Now, someone from Igbanke, who Benin people are calling Eka people, is coming to the media
To say.
to say that he is what? He is Benin. He speak Benin. Is that politically motivated or for a selfish interest? I don't know what to call it. No, I wouldn't disrespect him. He's my elder brother. But that was a false information. Lies. You understand? Igbanke have never felt well being in Edo State. Igbanke have never felt well being in Edo State. They only remember Igbanke during election.
Okay.
And that is when they come to take vote from Igbanke. And after that, these guys disappear for 4 years. Before they come back again, looking for vote. Is this how Igbanke should continue? No. Thank you.
Okay, now there's something I still want to say. I know you are a traditionalist, even if you go to church today, because if you are not a traditionalist, you won't accept that title to represent your people through our culture. I want to ask, what is that tradition or culture that the Igbanke people shares with the Benin people?
There is no such common culture. The only thing I can say we share with them is the Igwe festival. You see, when you have lived in a place for a long time, sometimes you try to copy what they do.
What they do.
You try to copy their trading. You try to copy their cultural heritage and other things.
Why they too also
copy from you.
Okay.
Now we have the Iwaigi. Iwaigi is not a Benin name.
It's not a Benin name.
No. New Yam Festival. We celebrate it in Igbanke.
I've been there twice.
Yes, every September. Okay? The Benis don't do it. And this same Iwaigi, you can see that all other kids and kings in Abo, Abavo, Umunede, and other Ika speaking Akumaze. Celebrate this same thing down to the east.
Down to the east.
Like I said, Igbanke has 6 clans. They migrated from different places at different times, thousands of years back. We did not come from Benin. And I don't want to go deeper into that where we come from, because I wouldn't interfere into privacy of some plans. But I know where we came from. We are not Benis. We don't speak Benis. Thank you.
You are welcome. Now, sorry for taking your time, and I still want to use this medium to tell our audience to actually give thanks to Chief for giving us audience. No, it's an impromptu visit. We never planned it. I just had your contact today. I decided to visit you today.
Thank you.
Because I know that there is one thing that killed success. Is what we call procrastination. So on this one, I don't need to procrastinate, because these young boys from Benin are actually spending their little in money to sponsor propaganda against the car people, against us, because I don't want to be biased anyway on this interview. Sir, the next question is, I have had 1 or 2 persons write to me on a post that my name is this. I went to a local government headquarters to get a certificate of what is it called? Local government. No, that shows that you are from that place.
Okay.
Origin, certificate of origin. That when they get there, they tell them that your name is Chukuma. Now we can't give you that you must be a Benin name before you get such document.
Yes.
Is such thing happening in Igbanke?
A lot. Even as I speak to you, About 30 minutes ago, before you came, I was discussing with one of my Igbanke brothers who lives abroad now. He said when he was in the school, they had a lot of challenges. One of the challenges was that during bursary, they will ask you to go and speak Benin. If you don't speak Benin, they will deprive you of that thing. So Igbanke people went as far as coming to like a cast out to get
their own
local government of origin, because that is the only thing they speak and hear. We don't speak Benin. We don't hear Benin. If you speak Benin to me, it's like you are insulting me or cursing me, because I won't hear anything. But the truth of the matter is that we are not at war with the Benin.
Of course.
We have been living, collaborating and living in unity, in love for a long time. But that should not deprive us of our original place, who we are. We are Ika people. If you recall, this year Ogwaika, which is an annual event, at Igbodo, Igbanke was fully represented.
Imagine.
Our kings, our chiefs, our dance were fully represented and honored, because this is where we belong. Benin people can never entertain you or welcome you that way, because you are not part of them. Our people, like our brother, Mr. Robert chukwuemeke Acha, maybe he's trying to gain some influence,
over there.
Yes, over there. But to me, he has made a huge mistake. He has misled the general public on who the Igbanke people are. We are not Beninese. We are Ika. We speak Ika.
So if you're asked now, as a chief, I know you've been opportune to interact, meet with some of our monarch and so on. Did you think they too, even from, apart from Igbanke, some of our monarch in Ekala, do you think they share the same view with you, that they are not Benin? Or did you think they share the same view with you, or their view is something different?
My brother, it's the same view. See, there's one question I want to ask everybody. The British colonized us, is it not?
Yeah.
Are we answering British?
No.
If, yes, we know that a lot of communities, a lot of towns, even from Ika here, migrated from Benin. Should they continue to answer Benin?
And you know, the word, if I should say the word, because what people fail to understand in this whole of the context is that migration as a word, it is not defining somebody as an origin.
Exactly.
And or descendant.
Exactly.
So when they say you migrate, you left Onitsha to come and live in Abo.
Exactly.
It's a migration.
For instance now, in Igbanke, we answer Benin names too. We answer Igbo names. We answer Ika names. Why? Because migration brought some Igbos into Igbanke, brought some Benis, brought some many people. So you mix up with all these people, and at the end of the day, you begin to hear different names. But that should not make you to forget where you come from and who you are. The truth is, Igbanke, we are Ika. We are of Ika ethnic nationality. We speak Ika. We don't speak Benin. We don't hear Benin.
Okay, now there is something I want to say. I want you to react to that. I was studying the era of, what is it called? Colonization of Nigeria.
Yes.
When the white came to this end, and when they were trying to set up a system of government, they were, you know, building up an administrative offices in different locations, and they were grouping people. I discovered that they grouped everyone that shared the same language and dialect, which we call language that breaks down to dialect. They grouped them together.
Yes.
There were never a time they mixed them with other people like Urobo and Isoko now. Now you come, it was initially the word Ika was used to refer to Ika people, Okwane people, and Anyocha people.
Yes.
These were people who were called Ika at the first grouping. And these are people who share the same language structure, cultural structure, value system.
Yes.
Why Benis and Urobos and Isokos were also being grouped as people who share the same thing. But I want to ask, if Benin said they know anything about us or we have anything, why didn't these white men group us together as a people? Because they were, and what I sense that the white men were like using language and understanding to create a people.
Yes.
So what will you say to this?
Your question has already answered. You understand? Yeah. You answered your question.
Okay, now,
you know,
we, to the glory of God.
Yes.
I am Chief Ochikori Igbo 101.
Okay.
The reason why the title was given to me is because I stood up, I began to study political movement, the government structure, about the federal government of Nigeria.
Yes.
Now, I began to see the weakness of Ika people, those that speak Bia, no.
Yeah.
I began to see their weakness. Now, I began to see the strength of the Northerners and the Westerners.
Yes.
Now, I studied the Western. I discovered that when you go to the Western, every one of them, when you ask them, who are you, they say Yoruba.
Yes.
And none of them has an ancestor that his name is Yoruba. But the word Yoruba came to unify them as a people.
Exactly.
We have Awori, we have Ijebu, we have Ileje and all that.
Yes.
These people have the, I'm not talking about dialect. When Ileje speak, what is it called? Ijebu don't hear.
Exactly.
When Ijebu speak, Awori don't hear. But they unite themselves with the word Yoruba, making them stronger.
Let me help you a little bit. Even the Igbos, there is a state in Igbo that when they speak, Anambra will not hear.
Okay.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Of course. Which is dialect.
Yes.
Now, we began to move one place to the other. That was what took us the first place to Igbanke. Last 2 years I was in Igbanke. Last year I was in Igbanke. It is only this year festival that we did not attend because we were having rally at Asaba. For this Anioma state.
Oh, okay.
So that very day we could not attend this year. Oh, now, I went to the north. I discovered that we have Fulanis who speak Fufude.
Yeah.
We have TVs. We have the Hausas. But every one of them now are under that Hausa umbrella because they call all of them Northerners.
Yes.
And in Nigeria today, the Northerners in political environment, they enjoy so much strength.
Exactly.
Because of their unity, not just because they don't have different language.
Yeah.
Because they have allowed themselves to be united. Now, if Ika, as we are now,
yeah,
politically in Nigeria, can you tell me if we should remain like this without uniting ourselves with our brothers? What do you think that will be our fate politically? Because we know that in as far as politics is concerned, the democracy is a game of number.
Of course.
So with the number we share, we say, okay, we want to remain alone. We don't want to be with any of our relatives or those who share. What do you think that will be our own fate?
Okay. I recall when I came back from abroad 16 years ago, I went to meet the Onweka, the then president of Onweka, my friend, Aneda Daniel Osifo. I asked him, why have you not been bringing Igbanke people together during Ogwaika meetings? He told me, he said, Chief, thank you for coming. He said, we've tried our best. But some of your people seems to be being pushed by the Beninese. They don't like coming. When you invite them, they are afraid of one thing or the other. Then that was why we came together. We said, no, this will not continue. Because like you said, politics is a game of number. If Ika remains like this, we say just 9 clans of 2 local governments, Ika will not make any headway. Ika today still remain a minority in Delta State.
Okay.
The only place Ika will gain majority is to bring more people together. If we can form Anioma, where if Asaba man speak, I can understand everything. If Ndokwa man speaks, I can understand everything. Igbanke, the same thing. Agbo, Owa, Umunede, all. I cannot. That is the best thing. And it will position us well in the political system of Nigeria. We will benefit more.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I still go further. We are talking about this creation of Anioma as a state.
Yeah.
Let me still make an introduction again. I and my team, Ndena Subia Cultural Organization, cut across the Federation of Nigeria, where we have every tongue that speaks Bia in Edo State, using Igbanke as a point of direction. We have Kogi using Eda as a point of correction. In Benue, using our people Obu and Obi as the same point. You go to, what is it called? Cross River. You go to Akwa Ibom. Even in Akwa Ibom, we have Eka local government. Just as we have Eka here.
Yes.
And these people are being directed, accounted as Igbo because they speak what we speak. We have, what is it called? Bayelsa. We have River State. Just like when you go to River State, I was shocked when I saw a place, a river, that a community that is called Ibodo. Ibodo that you have it in rivers. I was shocked to see a community that is called Ibodo. And I was also shocked to see a community that is called Abo. They were being addressed as in the Abo in Isukwato local government, Abia State. I see people, a community that is called Ahaba in Abia State. I saw a community that is called Omweka in Abia State. I saw a community that is called Akuma. But what they did not place again is Ze. Which but when you go to Anambra, we have a place that is called Umualocha. In that Umualocha, you see a place that is called Oduga. If you come Akumazi Umualocha, you see Oduga in Akumazi. Then I begin to see like this Ake, like Mbidi Okwe.
Yes.
You go to Imo State, you see Mbidi, you see all this place. I began to ask myself, if you say we don't have anything, these names are not coincidence.
Exactly. And they have been there for years.
They have been there for years from our ancestors.
Let me chip in a little. The so-called Mr. Robert Chukwuemeke Acha, he placed the Scrum community in Igbonto is Obi Ogbe.
Obi
Ogbe.
Yeah, Obi.
Yes, is Obi a Benin name?
Ogbe, is it a Benin name? In to reverse.
No, don't leave the Ogbe. Obi, is he a Benin name?
No.
His name, Chukwuemeke, is he a Benin name?
No.
Which the father gave to him over 60 years ago, because I know it's over 60 years. What you are saying is just the truth. Ika, in fact, we are like lost sheep. We have to really come together. If Ika people, Ononasobia, can come together, I can tell you we are one of the biggest regions in this country.
You are correct.
But because of some political influence, some personal interest, what can I put into my pocket? That is why some are going astray. Some begin to answer names, bear names that are not theirs. Some begin to swear to what they know. This thing is false. That is just the truth. So it is time, if you guys can keep doing the good thing you are doing, let's begin to unite Onunasobia. We are all Eka. Ngbidi, there is a place called Ngbidi in Chukwuemeke's place in Igbonto.
Okay.
Ngbidi, yes. Which you said is where now?
In between Anambra and Imo.
Okay. So is it coincidence?
They say have Okwe. You go to Enugu, you say Abo.
Yes.
Which you go to Imo, say you say Abombise.
Okay.
Abo in Okwale. We were in Anambra. What is it called? Aguleri. We met Ogume, a community called Ogume.
Okay.
Which you know that Ogume
is in Okwale.
Okwale.
Yes.
And when we began to ask them, when you go to that Ogume, their leader is called Oparuku.
And the same Oparuku will be here.
Will be here. And that we see have Ogume in Imo State. The same culture, the same tradition. Now we say, okay, let us put ourselves. Nobody is coming. Igbanke remains Igbanke as an identity.
Of course.
But we want to bring ourselves largely. There are people that you are more closer to.
Of course.
Than others.
Now,
when we talk about this Benin now, Igbanke is a stone throw to Benin.
Of course.
And Igbanke takes so many miles to get to Anambra. But why is it that if an Igbanke man is speaking, Anambra understand it? Why is it that if Anambra man is speaking, Anambra man cannot use Anambra language or dialect to tell Igbanke man? It's not possible.
No, it's not possible.
But Benin man can do that.
No. I think you are making some mistake as well. If you talk of the distance from Igbanke to like Asaba, Anambra, because when you get from Asaba, you're already in Anambra.
Yes.
It's not, I can't say the distance is longer than that of from Igbanke to Benin.
Okay.
No.
Okay, no, I am talking about by state.
Okay.
I'm not talking about from Igbanke to as in Benin.
Okay, like Igbanke now, you cross Delta State and enter another state.
Okay, that is what I mean. Yes. That is what I mean, because Igbanke is already being seen because they are already inside the state called Benin. Edo State.
Yes.
Now, despite that, even having boundary with Isha and all that, they don't speak Isha. Isha don't
we
speak
don't
Igbanke.
speak Isha. Isha don't speak Igbanke.
Now, there is something I want to say. We went to Abuja. Okay, we call for reawakening of that Anioma state creation.
Okay.
We submitted, Ndenasiba submitted a document about boundary adjustment that will enable the government look into it to bring it back to Delta.
Yes.
Where they will rejoin back with their families that they were separated from. Now, Ned Nwoko, a distinguished senator, has been doing a wonderful job in regard to this that we are saying. He's a man anybody can trust. I'm not a politician, but I've had one or two encounter with him, and I know the heart or the love he has for the people that share the same value system and language with him. Now, we are calling for Anioma state creation. If you are a chief from Igbanke, what can you say if Igbanke are not being seen to be added to Anioma? React to this.
To start with, if Igbanke is not added into the proposed Anioma state, I think it's a huge injustice done on Igbanke people.
Okay.
Anioma state creation did not start today. Some kings, chiefs, and other Igbanke persons, mostly from Igbanke strategic group, were with Ned last month in his house when he invited us in regard to this Anioma state creation. We air our view. We really want to be in Anioma state creation because, one, it will give Igbanke the needed development which we have lacked for a long time in Edo State. And also that inclusiveness with our people. That even if Asaba man speaks, I understand everything perfectly. It's unlike somebody will be speaking and I remain dumb because I don't hear what he's saying. That said, we are calling on Ned or anyone concerned
that has what he can contribute,
that Igbanke is included in the proposed Anioma state creation.
They will.
If Igbanke is excluded, it will be a huge injustice done on Igbanke. We know that the agitation did not start today. It started back 100 years ago. Over 100 years ago, this agitation of Anioma state started. If you don't know, go and ask.
Anioma state agitation started before the Midwest. Am I aware?
Osadebe fought it.
Yes, started before the Midwest. The Midwest creation, I am the interviewer.
So it's not of Ned issue. It's not political.
It's not political.
With the Igbanke, we are not talking of politics. We're not talking of PDP or APC. No. That is not what we are doing. Our interest is to be included with our kids and kins
in the right place.
In the right place. Because our being in Edo State, we have never achieved anything.
There's something I want to say, Chief. I want you to react because my research has actually proven to me that Igbanke has more of their youth outside the Igbanke land. Most of them are in overseas.
Seriously.
Now, and what is now happening, most of them are not building in Igbanke. Yes. Some of them are building in Benin City because they felt they have road in Benin, they have light in Benin. Igbanke is undeveloped. Some of them whom think home better are coming to Abo to buy land. What will you say to this?
My brother, let me answer your question very straight. I live in a Kanotis. Someone from Agbo or Owa will not build in Benin City. He will prefer to build in his place. Because why? There is road. Development is here. There is security. What these people have done to Igbanke is to subject us to undevelopment so that our people will be afraid to come home. Like you said, Igbanke youths are scattered all over the world. The population of Igbanke is over 200,000. I'm bold to say it. So Igbanke is bigger than a local government. But these people did this so that our people will be afraid to come home. Fear of insecurity. Fear of no road to pass. So we have to be included in the Anioma state. Okay. Because that will bring more development to Igbanke, which I am very sure of. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. And you all has actually heard from our chief. He's a young chief. When you listen to how he speak, you know that he's exposed. He's not just waking up to address the public. He knows what he is saying, and his call for inclusiveness, he's actually resonating from all the voice of Igbanke.
Yes.
And all the voice from where meaning sons and daughters of Igbanke. And at the same time, we the Indian one, we are also joining our voice with Igbanke voice that enough is enough. I think it's time we begin to have our family back to ourselves, exactly, so that we can actually be the one to maltreat ourselves. Do you know why I said that? Which I know we can't do.
Exactly.
We can't do that.
You can't maltreat yourself.
We can't maltreat ourselves. So if you are in politics or you are in governance and there is anything you know you can do to help what we are clamoring for, please do it, because this is what you own your land. We don't need you to die for us.
No.
We just need you to make this little contribution so that the people will be happy and your name will be inscripted in our land, the soils of our land, so that you will not be forgotten.
Exactly.
Sir, let me say one or last thing. It might be controversial. It might be controversial, but there's something the reason why we are doing this, because last time Okowa during the election, while he was being interviewed, a lot of people said Okowa is an Eka man, that is not an Igbo man. Okowa has nothing to do with Igbo. Initially, I was among those who were saying I'm not an Igbo, until I begin to read meaning to some of the words. I discovered that I am an Akomazi person before becoming an Eka person.
Okay.
I am an Eka person before becoming an Anioma person.
Yes.
Because there is a place I said it from. I am an Isube person before becoming an Akomazi person. So I am from my kindred before becoming an Isube person. So your foundation, the foundation of your identity is there. But now we will not begin to say, what are we going to do? Okowa said in the national television that his name is Ifeanyi Chukwu.
Yeah.
He cited so many things, said that he's an Igbo man, but an Eka man. Who is an Igbo man? He's an Igbo man who is what is it called? An Eka person. He made it, and news carried it. He did that because they say because he's looking for politics. But to me, do you think that statement is political, or he's stating the fact?
Okowa was not making a political statement. Okowa was stating the fact. Okowa is my political leader, a very experienced politician. Okowa don't make mistakes. He knows what he's doing. If you call a call or a man today, they will tell you that the people of Nri, they came into Owa as well years back. So, do you know if one of them were his forefathers?
No, the OBF is Odogo of
He used to say it.
He told us, I interviewed him just
yes.
He said that the throne that he's sitting on was actually established by Iri King.
That's what I'm telling you. So Okowa did not make mistake. He was not saying it for, sometimes when you are a politician, anything you say, people read meanings into it. Maybe because you were contesting for the vice presidential seat then, people begin to read negative meaning. The man was right. He didn't make any mistake. You understand? Thank you.
So to end this, what can you say? Your relationship with an Anambra man, when we talk about value system, the things you share, tradition and culture, and everything with an Anambra man and that of Benin man, which one is very close?
My relationship with any Igbo man is more cordial than that of any Benin man. But throughout my years in abroad, I worked with Igbos. Up to today, I still work with them.
Then if you are called an Igbo man, how will you react?
I would prefer to be called an Eka man. Do you know why?
Go ahead.
I see that as my ethnic nationality. Eka before Igbo.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. You know why? Even in the West, just like you said before, there are so many tribes that make up the Yoruba. Some persons prefer to answer their tribe's name before that Yoruba name. So I prefer to be called an Ekama.
But you know for sure that you have something with the word Igbo.
Of course. Our names are there, our markets are there, everything. We have a relationship that we are part of them.
We are part of them.
But I would like to be addressed as an Ekama.
I understand you as a chief.
Yes.
You have a culture and tradition to preserve.
Of course.
But when we begin to look into that culture and tradition, are you aware that same thing you do in Igbanke, the same thing they do in Anambra?
We have said it all before. It's the same thing.
Thank you. Can you in case, reintroduce yourself again to our audience?
Okay, thank you very much, audience. I am Ambassador Chief Jude Ogbekile JP. I am the Esama of Omolua Igbanke Kingdom. I am the Omekoku of Otolokbo, Delta State. I am a peace ambassador. I am also a justice of peace. By the grace of God, I am a politician. Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. Lastly, before we go, why I say you should reintroduce yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to support us that are fighting to see that every one of us are together as one big family?
I will support 100%.
And then Asobia,
I will support 100%.
Anywhere we have them,
I will support 100%.
We are coming together as one family
I will support.
to build a very strong bunch of room that can never be broken, so that we can have a political stability. Our political stamina can stand as a threat to other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria.
Of course, I will 100%.
Thank you, Chief.
We
are happy that you have us today.
Thank you.
My followers, today we are in Agbo Ekaland to see our chief, and you can see we have had a wonderful discussion. In case you are just meeting this video, this is Oyenwe Madoka Inebi. Abum Oya Akumazi. Oya Akumazi mocha kenwo. Iru Akumazi mocha onyi shube kenwo. Iri shube nwa Philippo sekuto shishi ya onedim. Beni ri aba hafi Akumazi ere. Ihe nna aru iji we won ndi ncha na so be together. Osomu so deda. Ya ojeri kesi we pomoku abamama so. Immediately I received the call, I said I have to see you.
Thank you very much.
So you watching us, until you come your way, meet us on YouTube, Igbezuwe TV. Meet us on what is it called? Meet us on Twitter, Igbezuwe TV. Meet us on Facebook, Igbezuwe TV. Meet us on what is it? TikTok, Igbezuwe TV. Ashire ya kanya ashi. Ben chao ne shi kanya eja. Ne wonu ya no no ho. Ikorobia ishegwa no. Akaro no no mma.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.